Hello and welcome to Bliss Frequency. This isn't just a channel, it's an energy transmission. My name is Trixie, and today we are going to be exploring how some of you in the collective are searching for your higher purpose on your soul journey. The word wants to be written. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must search high and low for it. Yet what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It's more about allowing space for it to manifest and to let the energy flow. The real struggle is not in finding something. It is more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. The effort is in getting out of the way, not in making something happen. As you are yourself, that is the foundation from which your true life path will reveal itself. Being your authentic self becomes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, and accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject and judge. I was just talking about this topic with a friend yesterday, and we were discussing our messier times and the things that we do that people don't understand. And I was explaining to him how I came to understand and love that part of myself, even though it was definitely messy. It's not my finest hour from most people's perspectives, but when you have been surrounded by people who won't or can't hear what you have to say, and they just want to brush everything under the rug and move along, and you're not wired like that, it's difficult, because I truly feel that talking about things that upset you is cathartic. And when you have been betrayed or hurt or you are angry, if you harbor that resentment, it builds up, and that's what causes disease. So in the past, you've done a lot of what I call hermiting. You've stayed away from others and you've kept yourself to yourself. And it wasn't because you were isolating out of fear, anger, or resentment. You were taking the time to heal yourself and search within for the answers to all of your life's questions. And that is exactly what is the right thing to do, because we do have all of those answers within. Seeking out your own counsel is something we are not taught to do in today's society. The more that you distance yourself from distractions and the more you focus on self-healing and improving who you are as a person and how you show up, the happier you're going to be. But since the Hermit card is in the past position, I think now you're being called forward to share with the rest of the world the things that you've learned while you are going about the business of living your life to your highest and best good for what you feel you are being called to do. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. So this is how you are feeling right now. And this tells me that you are definitely exploring a new career and you're learning to manifest and becoming more practical in ways that are natural to you and your journey, not someone else. This feels to me like this is the first time you've been able to step outside of the box that your family or society has put you in, and you really are investing yourself in focusing on the things that you love and parlaying them into a new career. So this is a wonderful way to avoid risking burnout, and many of you have been in career paths that were great when you first started the venture, but over time you began to realize that you have to not only show up at work every day, you have to put on a corporate mask. You have to represent a brand or a logo. And when you get off work, you still have to represent that brand or logo in your free time. And it's stifling to have to stifle your natural outlook on any given issue or topic of the day. And in the modern world, there's a lot of issues and topics that do need to be discussed, and we need to bring these things out into the open and air them out and discuss them, and not be told that we're not allowed to have these conversations. And not to hurt, not to harm, but to understand where other people are coming from and wrap our mind around some concepts that may seem very strange or foreign to us, and sometimes even like the exact wrong thing to do. So that is an indication that you're ready to branch out and do more soul-aligned activities to earn your income. And the future shows that you are going to be forming a partnership, and you're really being watched over by the divine, and you're forming friendships and partnerships that are from the heart. It's not from a place of settling. It's not from a place of, well, this person's here right now and I might as well. I don't have anything else to do. You're really finding like-minded souls, and that's so refreshing for so many of you. And when you step out of your hermit mode and step into your creative, passionate powers and apply them to your career path, it's going to open up so many doors for you in terms of what the world has to offer and how many people want to share in your vision and your joy and your goals. This card also indicates that you definitely should be following your intuition and allowing that inner guidance to help you on your path as you move forward into the future, because there is a lot of people who are wanting to connect with like-minded souls, just like you do. And they're out there, and the more that you have worked on yourself in your hermit mode and focus on who you are and what you want, the more it's going to be obvious that they've just been waiting to be called in. They've been waiting for the right time. So your future ventures aren't going to, crumble or just fall away. You're not going to get bored. You're going to be excited moving forward. So the best course of action, we have the Star card. I'm just seeing the Star card so often. And that is beautiful. Soul Star. So this is all about you and what makes you shine, what gives you hope. And you've been really working diligently to have one foot grounded in stability, and another foot is really been grounded in your spiritual life and what makes you shine, what makes you glow. This is indicating that you have a true renewal of hope and healing. And you need to trust that you are being divinely guided. Because everything is possible when you allow source energy, healing energy to flow into your consciousness. And it's going to lead to greater healing in both your physical body and your spiritual self. This is also more indication that you're definitely being guided towards opportunities to advance your career. And as more creative ideas flow to you, it would be a good idea for you to write them down. Keep a journal handy for when you wake up in the morning, or if you wake up in the middle of the night, and definitely after you have meditated. And it's going to help you focus on what keeps coming up day after day. Like I said, I keep seeing this Star card. So there's just so much to recording your thoughts, because sometimes we have a thought and we just let it pass by, and a lot of the time that's good when it's like your lizard brain or monkey mind and all of the chatter about what needs to be done. But when you are in stillness and you're not surrounded by distractions, that's when the real information comes in, and that's what you want to be taking note of and following through on. Next, we're going to pull a card for any outside influences that you may be discovering on this journey. And that brings us to the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is saying just keep focusing on yourself and what you love to do. And the more that you practice and the more you put into your craft, the more you are going to really develop the skills, and it's going to show in your work. Just fine-tuning your process. So be sure you're taking action on your goals and just kind of let yourself flow into what you want to be doing. Have goal-oriented action items. That's always helpful, and having milestones to reach for, and going about your day and going with the flow and what you feel like doing is going to make it seem less daunting and less less like work. It's going to be more fun for you when you're following your heart and doing what you love and loving what you do. And that's what's going to keep you coming back to the table and continuing on this path. And you'll just keep moving up the ladder of success. And I just get the sense many of you are just starting out on, like I said before, developing your own career that's soul aligned. And what could be more blissful than that? So the next card is about hopes and fears. Brilliant. So there's the Nine of Swords. So definitely there are things that are keeping you awake at night. And that's disturbing. You've had a lot of cares and worries. And that is all from the past that led you to the Hermit card. And times are difficult right now, and a lot of opportunities that we used to take for granted and think would always be there have been rapidly disappearing with the onset of artificial intelligence and a lot of people being here in our country from other countries because employers get considerable tax breaks and they enjoy paying less for labor. And it's obvious that they're shutting out the American worker. And that is demoralizing and destabilizing. And it's really hideous behavior to see how low our government has sunk and how much they've sold us out time and time again. And many of you have been studying and researching history and connecting the dots and seeing what went wrong and when and where and why. So it's not a surprise that the stress and the worry are keeping you awake at night. But it's also indicating that that difficult time is over, and definitely do spend some time going over the things that have hurt you, the people that have hurt you, the things that you've done to hurt other people, and take all of those memories out and inspect them and process them and feel all of that emotion from the past, and then let them go because you've done the work. As long as you know the lesson that was needed at that time, that's the most important thing. And where it's necessary, ask for forgiveness, and where it's appropriate, forgive. The next card we're going to pull is the outcome. What will be the outcome of all of this sacred work? The Empress. The Empress is considered to be the mother of the tarot deck. She is creating new life. She is resplendent in who she is, especially when she spends out time outdoors and in nature. And she's just grounded in herself and her passion, her creativity, and her intuition. And the Empress is really the embodiment of the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is definitely on the rise right now. I know I'm just being so weird about my cards. Sorry. I just have a touch of OCD sometimes. And I love it. Keeps my house clean. Keeps me honest. But there is a surge in the divine feminine. And I've been coming across other women who we're just looking at each other and just saying, it would just be so wonderful if we can go back to the times when we were just a bulwark for each other. We were a sisterhood and we supported one another, and we were there in our times of trouble and need, and we needed a shoulder to cry on, or a hug, or just somebody to just give us a little bit of support. And the more that we turn to each other with kindness and compassion, and the more we let go of competition and feelings of jealousy that may be inspired by our own fears of inadequacy, instead of having anything to do with anything else, the better off we're going to be. But not only that, it is going to be a game changer. Time to receive love as well. And especially for people who are sensitive or empathic, and many of us have been put into situations and families that were not healthy for us, and it really pushed us to get out of that overgiving, overpleasing, martyrdom type of mentality, because that's the opposite end of the spectrum from narcissism. And many of us are preyed upon by narcissists because of our kind nature and our open hearts and our ability to love unconditionally. And loving unconditionally is one of the greatest gifts you could ever receive and share with others. But it's not an excuse to allow people to take advantage of you or abuse you. Because true compassion and unconditional love has to start with you. And for some of us, that came as a huge surprise. We were just trained from a young age that you have to be selfless, you have to be giving. If somebody asks for something, you want to bend over backwards and help them, because that's just how we were raised. But you can't be a doormat. You can't let people take advantage of you and walk all over you. And I know the tendency is to think that we're gullible and naive, and I think it's more a sense of being innocent more than gullible or naive. And you see that the struggle is real. You understand what people are going through, and you want nothing more than to not have them feel that pain, because many of us can feel the pain from others, and we want so much to nurture and take care of and to do anything that we can so others aren't feeling hurt or misunderstood, or any kind of difficulty that anyone can go through. Many people in this country and every other country have been horribly treated and abused, and we want to help them. We want them to know, like, there's a beautiful spark I see in you, and you see the highest potential in people, and you want to nurture that in them, but not at the cost of yourself. This card also indicates that you may be receiving money or a job from an unexpected source, and more abundance in your life. But it's also about receiving. So don't push, don't shove, just be patient and receive. Continue working on yourself and your spiritual practices and gifts, and the abundance is going to flow in like you have never seen before. And one last card to clarify this reading is invite playful energy. Take off some of the pressure with playful energy. Intuition does not thrive in a super stressed or super controlling atmosphere. Release, relax, and make room for fun. humor, improvisation, and lighthearted creativity to boost your sixth sense sensory powers. Invite your inner child out to play. Encourage playfulness in others. And that was our reading today. And thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate you being here with me. Take care and God bless.